What's up, guys? I'm gonna pause my music. We are going to get right into it today. Today is January 29th, 2026. We're gonna review the market. Today was interesting. Very bearish day. So, a lot to look at today. Um, yeah, should be interesting. So, um, yeah, wow. First thing I'll say is we did perfectly respond to this New Day opening gap. Like, this is kind of cool. We had this New Day opening gap from all the way back here, and you'll see the market interacting with that. And then there was another New Day opening gap here as well, like right there. That's pretty cool. It's kind of cool because I framed the entire sell model essentially live. I had it all framed. I think now what I should go into the market looking for is what kind of trades were actually here. What kind of trades could I have actually taken today? Because I did know the bias and I did know market wanted to go lower. So let's kind of figure this out. I think we did have data lows here. So I guess first things first, could I have taken a short to the data lows? I mean, I wasn't on the charts at the time, but let's go ahead and look around here. Maybe let's just get rid of everything actually. So these were the data lows, and yeah, we ran back to them. So there we go. Data lows were hit. Now, yeah, like I said, curious if there was like any kind of trade here or not. We obviously had we souped 730. That was so cool. We gotta talk about that. That was so cool. So 730, the true open was 730, and look at that. We ended up getting S&T with this high, and then we ran back to the data low. This is pretty cool. I am almost sure it was with this high. And then, yeah, we ran back to the data low here. And it gave kind of like high resistant vibes a little bit for all these highs. It was like lower highs, lower highs. You know what? This is a 2022 model, you know? Don't you think? We had a displacement leg breaking this low, and then a fair value gap formed. Probably is more obvious on the 30-second. Yeah, that's actually so sick. Hold up. You could have taken this as a 2022 model. So, look at this. We had bearish S&T with this high. 730 is taken. Then we get displacement below this low and also kind of just like below here. And then, yeah, we have this gap. That's the first thing I see, so I'm going to mark it out. But I like this. It's not a one setup for life dodgy style, but it's a 2022 model down to a data low. So I don't know if I don't think there was an inversion for value gap, but anyway, I still think this is kind of cool, right? So maybe something like this. Take this as a 2022 model entry and then run it down to the data low. And let's also retrace to equilibrium of this, and also probably of this. So So we could also check, there's probably a low time frame. There's probably a 90-minute true open here as well. Yeah, 7:52. We were above that. And then what about the 22-minute true open? $8.43. Yeah, so like right here. So that was manipulated right there. Yeah, anyway, that's cool. Just a little observation that I noticed. And then let's go ahead and screenshot this and snip it. Alright. So saving this as 8:55, 2022 model on the 32nd. Not an obvious one. I'm not saying that it is. It's not, but that's the first thing I saw. So now, was there an inversion for value gap? That's one thing that I really wanted to figure out, is was there an inversion for value gap to go run down to the data low? And honestly, guys, I don't think there's anything obvious enough that's worth taking. Could I be wrong? Yeah, but I don't see it. But once again, I knew bias was bearish, so the key here is, where's my entry? I think that's the main thing, is I had to find my entry. I knew the bias was bearish. And I think the entry was most likely on market open. You had to get in on this initial manipulation on market open. You had to, right? I think that was really key, is this manipulation here. You had to get in on it. If you didn't, then you're gonna miss the whole move. We knew bias was bearish for like so many reasons. So the key was to get in on the shorts. And yeah, let's see if we can figure out how to get in here. Now, there was bearish S&Ts in here too. There's one kind of, I don't know, it was with some far out high. So it's a high time frame one. And then there's a low time frame one with this high. So there's two. Now, I don't remember which high this one was with, but I know there was one. So I'm going to mark it out like that. Kind of leave it a little bit ambiguous. And then we have the low time frame true opens, so 9:22. Obviously, we had this 15-second breaker. I've already kind of recorded that, and that trade, I really wanted to take that. Just kind of blinked in the moment, man. I should have taken it, but it's all good. It's all good. So 9:22, 9:28, bang. And like I said, some nice little manipulation here. We might have had something like super low time frame, like a 5-second. Yeah, we have like essentially an implied outside bar, right? Remember what I said before about how you can kind of take an outside bar as one candle and then two candles. I actually really like this, so this is both an implied outside bar and also what's called a fractal, and I've never talked about this in any video or on my YouTube channel at all, but it could be technically incorrect, my definition of it, but my definition of it is essentially, once a swing low is created or a swing high, that is called a fractal. So upon this candle, we have now a series of 3 candles which form a swing high. So when you get a swing high that forms or a swing low that forms, when you have conviction, you can take that as an entry. From what I've started to realize from my back testing, and they're called fractals. At least that's what I've heard. Now this is kind of like very experimental, but I really do think that this is a thing. Because there's this guy I used to watch back in the day who traded like that, but I don't think he talked about it a lot. He didn't really say how he traded, but I remember him mentioning it once. And now that it's like I'm so far in the future, in trading, I'm starting to realize, oh, I think that's what he was doing. So, just a thought, right? Anyway, we'll mark this out as an outside bar and a fractal. So, yeah, implied outside bar. Yeah. So I'm just gonna mark this out. I'm just gonna treat this as a regular outside bar. So if this candle and this candle were merged together, then all of a sudden, this would be an outside bar, right? And then this is market open lows. Man, I like that a lot, actually. Look at how beautiful that was. Wow, we sweep market open highs, and then down to market open lows. Implied outside bar. And this happens on the 5-second, right at 9:30. Wow. Yeah, that's kind of sick. That is a really cool trade. So this is a implied outside bar, meaning if I were to merge this red candle and this candle together, then we would have an outside bar, right? A green candle, and then the next candle takes the high and the low. It's kind of cool, what you can learn from backtesting, right? So there you go, 931. Outside bar. I'm not gonna name it something different if it's implied or not. I'm still gonna just label it as outside bar. Just on the 5-second. All right, cool. Let's look at something else now. Now there was no inversion for value gap. I mean, maybe on the 1-second, but I'm not. Actually, now I'm too curious, bro. What if there was a 1-second inversion for value gap? That would be crazy. That would be so crazy if there's a 1-second inversion for value gap. There's no way. If there was, that's insane, but I don't know. Y'all think there was? Trading the 1-second right on market open, it's honestly low-key maybe possible. Yeah, bro, there's a 1-second IPG right here. Look at that. Yeah, this is a dodgy one setup for life on the 1-second, bro. That's fire. I actually do not hate this at all. This is crazy. Nice little 1 second IFG here. This is actually not a bad trade. I really don't think this is bad. Look at this. When we get this violent candle closure right here, right there, that one, I know we're going to market open lows. That's so sick. I really don't hate that, guys. Like, seriously, this is, I know it's the 1 second, but this is kind of cool. That's a 4R on the 1 second. Now, I don't think y'all should, like, I don't think trading the 1 second all the time is best. But if it's right after market open and there's a ton of volatility like this, low key, like, yeah?
Did mom mistake some of my white Nike shoes and put them in here?
Maybe. I don't see any white shoes in here.
Okay.
Yeah, none in here, but they might be outside.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, but guys, like, it sounds crazy, but I think in times with like insanely high volatility where the 1 second chart is super clean, like this, I have nothing against taking this, dude. This looks good. This is a really solid trade. Seriously. And I'd go break even there, and then I'll just target market open low. But that's a 4R. Imagine within the first minute of market open, you already hit a 4R and you're done for the day. That'd be so sick. Like, guys, I think it's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna call this a dodgy. I'm gonna actually mark this out as dodgy one setup for live 5G on the 1 second. And we got a little dodgy OB there too. I have videos on both of those things in like the next couple days. I need to have them come out, honestly. 931, one setup for life on the 1 second. Okay. That's so sick. Okay, let's look at something else now. What if there was, it'd be so cool if there was like a half-second time frame. That'd actually be so cool. Like for specifically for market open only. That would be kind of cool. All right, let's move on. Yeah, so like I said, yeah, basically I think the main realistic entry was this 15-second breaker, or you call it flow state, like a 15-second change state delivery, a 15-second breaker, a 15-second, you call it a lot of different things, but that's what it was, right? A retest of that, and then we went lower. Now, was that 2022 model? Like I don't understand, like I knew the bias, guys. It's not like I didn't know the bias. It's like I just don't know what the entry was. The entry was not super clear. I mean, yeah, I don't think it was super clear. Maybe there was a trade lower on, but once we started dumping it, it became very, very hard. We even formed the first percent for value gap. We didn't even use it. We formed the first percent for value gap and we didn't even use it. That's how hard I think this was. In all honesty, usually we'll at least use it, but we dumped so fast we didn't even use it. We ended up using this. I recorded this. This was so sick. We had a first presented for value gap from I don't know how long ago, or was it down here that we got it? Man, we had a lot of first strikes actually. Hold on. I think it was yeah, I guess maybe this could have been a trade. Yeah, I did. I already looked at this. That was obvious to me that we had a 15-second change in state of delivery off of the first sentence for I get there. That seemed like obvious. I don't. Dodgy was saying he took a trade. I didn't see it. What was the trade Dodgy took? Let's go on Twitter and see if we can find out what trade Dodgy was taking. Because I was looking at it and I was like, I do not understand the trade you're saying. Like I was so confused. What trade? Yeah.
Before short, that would be the dream scenario if we get it. Yes. To be honest, like,
But I don't understand what this trade was.
this is just so damn obvious.
Well, his data lows. I know that. I mean, the data lows here. Data lows were a good draw on liquidity. Whoops, I didn't realize my face wasn't in it. Yeah, the data lows were such a good draw on liquidity. Oh my gosh. Kind of looks like a 15-second short. I don't know what else he would have done. Dude, I'm not seeing anything. What trade did he take here?
It's just a giant ass wick. Like, we already have a bearish trend. We already have bearish market structure. We have bearish inversions. Like, it's not the typical data wick I use, but it still counts. You know, if you, like, think about it.
But what was his entry? I, like, genuinely don't know what his entry was, and I don't even see that on his chart anywhere. Maybe it was, oh, is he on the 1 minute? Or, like, the 5 minute or something? Maybe he's on the 5 minute? Was he on the 5 minute? Was he on the 15 minute? Oh, bro was on the 15 minute. So bro took a 15-minute inversion. Hey, what up, Kalechi? Okay, I'm starting to understand what Dodgy did here. He took a 15-minute inversion. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that, guys. Shoot. Okay. He took a 15-minute inversion here. But yeah, how's it going, Kalechi? Good to see you, bro. So I'm trying to understand how Dodgy got an entry because I saw like no entry and I wanted to get in shorts so bad today because I knew the bias. I knew it. Like, it's hard. I guess, like, yeah, I guess he took this inversion right here. You know, this is the trade Dodgy took where this gap inversed and then he took it lower. Dude, I don't like that trade at all. I would never take that. That's just not my style. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not the same as Dodgy. It obviously worked out very nicely. Yeah, I mean, I guess it wasn't bad. I don't know, dude. It's not something that, to me, I don't know. I've seen situations like this, like, that don't work out all the time. But anyway, I don't know. Hey, let's go. We love that. We love that. Yeah, let me, tell me if you see anything interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna... screenshot this. So this is the trade Dodgy took. He took this 15-minute inversion down to the data low. Yeah. I don't. This ain't my style, but hey, I'll take note of it. The trade. I'm just gonna take a note and say the trade Dodgy took. 15-minute IPG. Bro, I journaled a 1 second chart trade that I actually don't like. You're gonna call me crazy, but I actually don't hate it. Like, I actually think it was like a genuine trade that you could have taken. Check this out. And I know you just give me the benefit of the doubt before you judge me saying the 1 second chart, okay? The thing is, 1 second chart is gonna be garbage. Besides, if it's market open within that first minute or two, you might those 1 second candles will actually be pretty clean, and you can read them pretty well. So, for instance, check this out. I find this very fascinating. You could get a 4R. Yeah, bro. Yeah, check this out. We had a one setup for life. Market open highs swept. We had a bearish S&T, another bearish S&T, and then we have this inversion where we essentially get a death candle after getting this OB here, and I genuinely I don't think this is a bad trade. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but this is so textbook. We take market open highs, get an inversion for value gap, and then go down to the market open lows. Like, if this was a 1 minute chart, you'd be like, oh yeah. So this is what I mean when I say it's all fractal, you know? But specifically, like, I would never trade this price action over here. I think 1 second chart is valid, but only in that, like, first, like, 3 minutes after market open. But I think this is kind of cool. Like, it's validating that, like, yo, price really is fractal. In a situation like market open, you could get a 1 second inversion, and then you hit a 4R within the first minute or 2 minutes of market open. You already hit 4R and you're done for the day. Crazy. It's just crazy what's possible, right? So, anyway, just something I noticed. But I'm going to screenshot this now. Yeah, let me know if you see anything that you want me to look at. Write down those data lows. Really nice draw on liquidity. The trade Dodgy took. Now, why did we keep going lower? We obviously had equal lows here. That's something I forgot about. And these equal lows all the way down here were a big reason for why the market stayed so bearish for so long. Is just because, well, we had Asia low, then we had the data low, and then we had these perfectly equal lows. So we just had drawn liquidity after drawn liquidity, and it kind of just made sense. Like, there's no reason for us not to just continue to go lower and go to the next one, right? Equal lows, data low, drawn liquidity after drawn liquidity, and then Asia lows right here. Now, yeah, we'll look at that right after I mark out these draws and liquidity. All right, yeah, we'll look at that in just a second. Yeah, so many draws and liquidity to the downside, and then also the overnight gap. We had an RTH gap from Monday. which was actually right here. So it was actually above the equal lows. Wow. Now it makes a lot of sense. In all honesty, it really does. Like, just look at how all these draw and liquidities were staggered. This is a feast. This is a steak dinner right here. Session low, data low, RTH gap, equal lows that are, what, hours apart? This is a steak dinner right here. Hey, evening. What up, Aldo? How's it going, bro? So yeah, we'll take a look at that trade, Kalechi. What was it on the 5-minute? And you said it just failed. What, this? What are you looking at? This? What time? This? You looking at this? Let me know what time it was. Just waiting to hear what time the inversion happened. Okay, let me know what time the inversion happened, and then I'll look at it. Give me the time. Most recent. So this one, 1820, 1810. Yeah, so we'll take a look at this one. If it's not this one, then let me know. So, yeah, I mean, 11 p.m. Oh, 11. This? This didn't even inverse a gap on my chart. Did it inverse on MNQ? Because this didn't inverse here. This didn't even inverse. Are you talking about this? Yeah, this didn't, Kalechi, this didn't close above the gap. So the gap is right here from this wick to this wick. And this candle didn't close above it. The 3-minute? Oh yeah, okay, there you go, the 3-minute, there you go. That makes more sense. Yeah, I mean, I think this is like one of those textbook situations where the highest time frame gap is going to matter the most. So the 3-minute inverse, the 5-minute didn't, and you can see that that actually mattered. So although this 3-minute looks very strong and pretty good, you have to pay attention to in some it's not in all context. If it's a very obvious, it's super complicated. Trading's not easy. It's not straightforward, but I wish it was. But in certain context, right, you can take lower time frame inversions if it's like a super obvious low resistance liquidity run. In this case, I would actually wait for the highest time frame gap to inverse, because even though this 3-minute one inversed, you can see this 3-minute one inversed, this 5-minute one hasn't, and the higher time frame is going to hold higher power. And yeah, that's basically why. Um, but like I was saying, like um, if you know it's super obvious, in some cases you can take the lower time frame inversion, but that's more of like an advanced trick, and I would just say for most of the time you should wait for the highest time frame gap to inverse. So yeah, hopefully that helped, bro. Okay, so what next? We obviously, got displacement below here. We broke out this low. We came up to equilibrium. I think this probably is this not like a super textbook 2022 model? Look at this. Actually, wait, hold up. We got to talk about this because this is pretty cool. So yeah, hopefully that helped. So this is pretty cool, right? We're breaking old lows with displacement. We had SMT at the highs. I want to pull up the SMTs because I know there were so many. Should I just look at my live stream to find them because I'm kind of lazy? Oh no, I screenshotted it. Yeah, so we'll use the screenshot that I have because I already framed this model. Unfortunately, though, what's the issue? I wasn't awake. This was 5 a.m. It was 5 a.m. So I wasn't awake. But it's all good. So, yeah, I screenshotted this super early in the morning. We had a bearish S&T with this high, bearish S&T with this high. So let's go ahead and add those SMTs onto the chart. So there's SMT1. Here's SMT2. And what do you know? We get a displacement leg lower. We come back to equilibrium of that displacement leg. I'd actually measure it out like this. Actually, you can measure it out like this whole thing here. And then bang. Sniper entry. Equilibrium of that displacement leg. And with this, right, you could go on a lower time frame and find a lower time frame, change in state of delivery off of that. But this is a textbook 2022 model. We probably swept out some kind of session high, if I had to guess. So we'll look at that next. So yeah, beautiful 5-minute 2022 model here. And something I want to look at more is silver bullets. I think, yeah, I need to remember to look at that more often. I'm pretty sure it's just the 2022 model that happens after 10 a.m. So there you go. Let's see if we swept out session liquidity or not. And also look at this Wyckoff pattern. You can see that I have to admit that is so sick. Like the same stuff repeats in the market over and over and over again. And once you see it, it's like impossible to unsee. Like this was literally just Wyckoff with SMTs, right? Whoops. Where you form a high, a higher high, a higher high, and then a failure swing. And then one thing I've noticed about the failure swing is well, I don't know if this is true or not, but yeah, you want to see it like, I don't know, go to OTE maybe, I don't know, just a thought. And then yeah, here's just a, you know, classic OB, you know. And then yeah, there's a 2022 model, and then there's data low. That's probably the most obvious strong liquidity. Actually, you'd probably just take this to Asia low. Yeah, I'd put stop loss above this, like that. And yeah, obviously could have held up much further than that, but dang, this snipping tool really did not work today, huh? Oh, my phone's dead. I might not do a super long backtesting session today because, I don't know, I'm kind of tired. But I gotta get those reps in, you know? How this failed. That could have played out. That was decent. But it wasn't good enough. $5.25, 2022 model on the 5 minute. And there's obviously a 2022 plus in there as well, but I'm not going to go in there. Yeah, I mean, I think today was a very tough day to get any realistic trade. I didn't see anything. Obviously, we had that breaker, but yeah, it was like market on hard mode. I think this is more of a higher time frame day. Massive sell model though. I mean, I kind of want to frame this sell model a little more because it is just very, very fascinating. Like the way the market interacts with this new day opening gap here, right? The way we take the true opens, the way it all fits together like a perfect little puzzle. I mean, it's pretty cool, honestly. So I actually do want to frame this out a little bit. So yeah, obviously this is a market maker sell model. New day opening gap here. There's that C. And let's pull up true opens. So this is also pretty cool. We manipulate the true opens. So we're above midnight. Let's get rid of that new day opening gap. So there you go. There's midnight. Look at the way the market interacts with this. It's just so beautiful. So above midnight. and then 130. So here you go, 130. Then the way we come back around to the 2022 model. And then we also have a low time from true open here. So there you go. That's the low time from 1/3/22. Let's get this right. So right here. Boom. Precision. Right. Now we're above the 90-minute true open, 1:30 midnight. We obviously have this beautiful little Wyckoff thing. We probably went to like OTE of this. Yeah. And let's go on the higher time frame and use that higher time frame NDOG as well. So look at this, right? Look at this NDOG from all the way back here. This one's actually a daily volume imbalance. Because it's not just an NDOG, it's literally a daily volume imbalance. Now, when I go over here, back down, now what do you see? Same thing. Oh, that's way too big. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, market maker sell model. There you go. Like, super nice sell model. The NDOG being the high. Yeah, market maker sell model, bang. Yeah, I think today was just really hard. I can't even sugarcoat it. Oh, you know what? Hey, that 1 minute that's a 1 minute outside bar. Oh my gosh. I did not notice that. I did not notice that at all. Wait. No, I didn't notice that at all. Yo. That's fire. Only thing is, I know it would not fit my risk. But 1 minute outside bar and then run this down to. Yeah, there's no way I could take this trade. But if you had the risk abilities, you could run this down to the data low. Yeah, that's really nice. I like that entry a lot. Um, I think we had SMT with, I don't know what high it was. This high, maybe? I think there's SMT with like this high or something. I don't know. Let's actually just figure it out. As maybe SMT with YM. Um, um, well, YM did something weird, so I don't want to look at that. Let's see if there's SMT with ES. There was some kind of SMT, at least. Yeah, was it SMT with this high? I think it was. Yeah. Wait, no, they both took that high. Anyway, I guess maybe there wasn't SMT. It's all good though. Beautiful outside bar, and then yeah, take us to data lows. Alright. I kind of want to look on Twitter, see if anyone else posted anything. And then I'll probably make the market recap. And I'll be done. Yeah, 932 outside bar on the 1 minute. Yeah, let's go on Twitter. I'm gonna scroll through, see if anyone said anything. Yeah, this is the daily volume imbalance I was talking about. Wait, I do not understand what this dude's saying. Wait. So, is what I'm understanding is because we filled the daily volume balance buy side and then sell side, um, then we were good to go lower. Yeah, it is interesting. Like if I go over to my chart and I look at that daily volume balance, pretty sure I'll get that same kind of thing where we fill it buy side and sell side. Now it's this one, right? If it's not, then I suck. That doesn't seem like that's it. Oh, it's specifically on December 2023. What, 1 hour? No, that doesn't look like that's it. 5 minute. See now this ain't look the same as this dude's. He measured his out different. Maybe he has to do with B adjust. Let's try this again, but with B adjust off. Daily volume balance is down here. Or is he doing it from close to open? Is it like that? Now that looks more like what his chart looks like. Still doesn't look right though. The low of it is too low. Huh. Well, whatever. From what I saw, the market was interacting with that. Oh, what if it was this one? Wait, the one that just formed? That's not it. What if I turned off B adjust? Hey, what up, leader? How's it going? I'm trying to understand this tweet about this daily volume balance. Now the daily volume balance that I saw was personally, I saw this one from all the way back here. This is the one that I noticed, and yeah, I mean the market respected this one, but it's not drawn out the same as this dude's. So I don't know, and you know what? As long as I can read price in my own way, I don't really need to understand every little detail, but I do want to understand this at some point. So, but I do think there's something there. I don't think I drew it out right because it's not the same. It doesn't look the same. Like if I get a lower time frame, you can clearly see that it just doesn't look the same. So look at mine. Look at mine. And then look at his. The high of his volume balance is way higher. So I don't know. I'm just gonna move on. It's all good. But yeah, data lows, drawn liquidity. Now RTH gap below. I don't know. I don't know what else to talk about for this market recap. I think. Oh yeah. I was gonna look at more tweets. Oh yeah. This guy's Ash Trades breaker and for value gap. On the 1 minute. At lunch. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Very simple. Oh my gosh, hi.
Hey, do you know if Janet and Maddie were ever here to make dinner?
I haven't seen them, but they might have been. Yeah, exactly. Like, I just have to understand what I understand, and then I'll slowly understand more over time, and that's all that matters, you know? Yeah. So, I kind of see what this guy's saying about this breaker. I mean, I personally wouldn't take this, probably, because, well, I mean, it's fine. It's just I wouldn't take it, but it's complicated. Like, my style is just a little different, but I'm still going to record it. Hey, that happened at 12:44. That's a 369 time. $15-minute line with the 1 minute. Alright, I think I'm going to end the stream, and I'll make the market recap, but I'm getting kind of exhausted, so yeah, I'm going to end